Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us here at the orangutan exhibit here at the Houston Zoo. My name is Heather and I'm one of our primate keepers here at the Houston Zoo. Today we are celebrating Takai's 17th birthday, so thank you for joining us on a very special day. Takai and Kelly are on their way out. Takai is turning 17 and Kelly is 42 years old. They currently live together all the time. We do have 4 orangutans here at the Houston Zoo. Takai is our only male. We set up a pizza party with lots of different enrichment for Takai, focusing a lot on ice trees. As you can see, there's a giant ice tree hanging from one of the trees over here. So we like to use ice treats to help with hydration and to help our animals stay cool during this hot summertime that we have here in Texas and this hot summer weather. We like to give our animals lots of different enrichment, lots of different ice treats to help keep them cool. And our ice treats that we have on exhibit today, we use a combination of different juices. We use apple juice, orange juice. I see Takai coming up here. We also use some Kool-Aid and some Crystal Light to help with different flavors to keep our animals cool and hydrated in this heat. We also made several different cakes that are kind of spread out on exhibit. There are several different pizza boxes as well that you might see them start to rummage through. The cakes that we use different kinds of biscuits. We also use some smashed banana, some strawberries, some applesauce, and some yogurt to make different treats for him to enjoy for his 17th birthday today. Our orangutans here at the Houston Zoo get a large variety of fruits and vegetables in their diet every single day. They also get lettuce and biscuits, and then they get browse as well, which is different plants that they can eat. If you have any questions about Takai or Kelly or our orangutans, feel free to drop some in the comments below. So like I said, we have 4 orangutans here at the Houston Zoo. Takai is our only male. He lives full-time with Kelly, who's a 42-year-old female. We also have Cheyenne and Aurora who live here as well. They do not live together. Orangutans are semi-solitary animals, which means they like to spend a lot of their time by themselves. So Cheyenne and Aurora are currently inside and they'll have some time on exhibit later this afternoon. Yes, Cheka over here, my fellow keeper Cheka, has some ice treats that she's going to try to throw to try to get Takai to come closer to the front of the exhibit. Like I said, the ice treats that we have here have different pieces of fruit in them. You can see that some grapes are inside here. We have different Kool-Aid, different juices that we use. She also has some banana. So we can try to get Takai to come up closer to the front. Would you like me to call for him? Yeah. Takai! Let's see if he'll come up closer so you can see his gorgeous face. When he comes up closer, Kelly and Takai are out on exhibit together. Takai is easy to tell apart because he's a male and he's a large male. He weighs 288 pounds currently, while Kelly only weighs 119 pounds. Takai also has these big cheek pads around his face. Here he's coming up here on top. Takai! Come on, birthday boy! Come here! Takai! Check is waving a banana. One of his favorite snacks is banana, so we'll see if he'll come up here closer. Hello, birthday boy! So here comes Takai up front. He's got a pizza box. That's probably got, it says best boy on top of his pizza box, and he's got some yummy snacks in there. Looks like he found one of his birthday cakes. That one has little ice treats to spell his name on top, as well as some biscuits, and then a big giant ice treat underneath, and then it's iced with some yogurt on top. His birthday, he's getting lots of treats today. So lots of different enrichment. So enrichment is something that we use to enhance their lives every single day, and we change it. We like to do different things every day. Obviously today we're using a lot of streamers and signs, and there's different cardboard cutouts featuring pizza because his birthday party is obviously pizza themed for us today. But they get different enrichment every single day. We like to switch it up so that their lives are always different. So sometimes they are hydration based enrichment, like he's eating right now one of his big ice treat cakes up there. Cheka threw a banana. Maybe he'll go down to get that banana. Oh. That's okay. We weren't sure how long that sign would last. So orangutans are also critically endangered animals, which means that there's not a lot of them left in the wild. The Houston Zoo does directly support some conservation efforts that go directly into supporting our partners that live directly where orangutans live out in the wild. Please feel free to drop any questions that y'all have below in the comments. So if you're just joining us, we are celebrating Takai's 17th birthday today. He's currently up near the top of the exhibit enjoying one of his ice treat cakes. He's eating some biscuits off of the top. That ice treat cake is made with some Jell-O and some oatmeal and some Kool-Aid and some orange juice, and he's currently eating the biscuits off of the top. Hello, handsome boy. How long has Takai been at the Houston Zoo? So Takai came to us at the Houston Zoo in April of 2022. So he's been here for a little over a year now, and he is settling in really well with Kelly. Him and Kelly live together full time, so they are really great together. He actually really loves Kelly. You would think that Takai being much larger than Kelly that he would be in charge, but that is not the case. Kelly definitely runs the show, and she even takes some of his food, and he is just so in love with her, and he just sits and stares at her while she eats all of his treats. Takai is just kind of like a normal 17-year-old boy that you would think of. He's really silly, really sweet. He likes to hang out by the back door in the shade. So if it's a really sunny day, a lot of times, if you can't see him visible, he's out back in the shade by his door. He also likes to take some bags. We usually feed our animals on exhibit with some of the paper bags, and we can throw them from the roof. So that's something that they don't ingest, and it's easy for us to clean up. So he likes to take some of those bags and put them on top of his head and wear them as a hat. So that's one of my favorite things Takai does. He also does something called kiss squeaking, where he makes little squeaks to get your attention. It sounds exactly like you would think it sounds, like someone trying to kiss at you. Whereas Kelly, on the other hand, she likes to clap at us to get our attention. So if we're inside and we're not giving her attention, she'll start clapping at us. Where Takai, he's a really sweet boy, and he'll start kissing at us to try to get us to come over and give him extra attention. And as I mentioned, Cheyenne and Aurora live here as well. They currently are inside. They'll have some time out here this afternoon. Cheyenne and Aurora. Cheyenne was born here at the Houston Zoo. She's 12 years old. Cheyenne is currently 51 years old. And they're a mother-daughter pair. Aurora was actually born to Kelly, who's out here on exhibit. But for whatever reason, Kelly did not choose to raise Aurora. So Cheyenne stepped in, and she's been a surrogate for Aurora, and she's been a fantastic mother to Aurora. I can see Kelly roaming back there. Maybe Kelly will come up here up front for us to get a look at her too. I have another question. What do you love most about working with orangutans? I love that they are so intelligent. So orangutans are very intelligent animals, so we use that for their enrichment as well. So we like to give them very challenging enrichment puzzles, and they're very, very smart. They sometimes will bring in sticks from outside, and they will try to, we call it fishing. They'll fish for things. So they'll try to take the sticks and stick them outside to try to pull things into their enclosures. But they are very intelligent animals. And if you're just joining us, we are celebrating Takai's 17th birthday here at the Houston Zoo. Takai is currently sitting up here on his exhibit enjoying one of his birthday cakes that we made from crushed up biscuits and applesauce and oatmeal, as well as some yogurt today. We like to give our animals a lot of different ice treats to help with their hydration to stay cool in these hot summer Texas weather that we're having. Another question, where can guests usually see Takai on exhibit? So if you come out here on exhibit and you don't see any orangutans, they might be hanging out near the back of the exhibit that can be more shaded. So in this hot weather, we also do have access temperatures for our animals, which means that if it's a certain temperature and it's very hot, they also have the choice whether they want to be inside or outside. So a lot of times when it's really hot, they do have the choice to be inside during these hot months, but a lot of times they still choose to come outside. And we do feed them several times throughout the day. So, so we will come out here and we will toss some special snacks to try to get them to come outside and entice them to spend more time outside. But in these hot summer months, they usually do have the choice if they want to be inside or outside. Takai usually does like to spend a lot of time outside, especially if Kelly is outside. So he likes to follow Kelly around, kind of like a little puppy. He follows Kelly around. So if Kelly's outside, usually Takai is outside. Kelly likes to spend a lot of time at the window. The window is air conditioned, and there's a fan that blows right there, so she likes to take long naps right there. And Takai, he spends a lot of time at the back door, back in the shade, and he usually can be seen with a paper bag over his head as extra shade. So Takai's turning 17 today, so he's a 17-year-old orangutan. He is fully mature, as you can tell by the cheek pads that are on his face. That is an indicator of a mature male orangutan, is those cheek pads that have grown on his face. My coworker Cheka is throwing some ice treats for him to try to entice him to come down, but it looks like he's licking that box clean from his yummy birthday cakes that he was eating up there. Yeah, so he's 17 today, and then Kelly, who lives on exhibit with him, is 42 years old. They eat a large variety of different fruits and vegetables every day. They also get biscuits and lettuce, and they get browse, which is just different plants that they can eat. We like to give them different options for hydration every single day, especially with how hot it is right now. They take turns being on exhibit. So Kelly and Takai are outside right now, and then later on in the day, we will give Aurora and Cheyenne some time to be outside. What is his favorite food? I would say that Takai's favorite food is probably bananas. He's also a big fan of peanut butter. So a lot of times if we use peanut butter for enrichment, we will take the empty jars and put them in the freezer, and then later on we'll give them to the orangutans with a stick, and then they have to get the peanut butter out with a little stick. So that is one of their favorite treats as well, is peanut butter. They also really love honey, so we have some honey drip feeders that are really fun, that we fill it with honey, and they pull the bottom of it, and then honey drips out, so then they have to reach the honey. So a lot of times they use sticks to do that, or they can just use their fingers. But lots of different puzzle enrichment is wonderful for these guys. I see Kelly coming over. Are you coming over, Kel? She's sitting on the bottom, if the video can see, and Takai is up top. We are celebrating his 17th birthday. Oh, good throw, Cheka. Here comes Kelly. It looks like she's got a pizza box, so she's going to get one of those yummy cakes as well, which is okay. Takai is really good at sharing with Kelly. Like I said earlier, he loves Kelly very, very much. He shares his food with Kelly a lot. So typically in this situation, a male would be dominant over the female, but that is not the case here. Kelly is definitely the more dominant one over Takai because he loves her so much. So Kelly gets what she wants, and Takai just kind of follows what Kelly wants. Do they like to swim? They do not. So you might be able to tell that there is water surrounding their exhibit. So orangutans do not swim. They actually are so heavy, and their hair gets so heavy that they actually would not do well in the water. So they don't get in the water at all. That's one of the reasons why this can be an open air exhibit, is because it is surrounded by a water moat. But we do have several different species of endangered turtles that live in this moat. But no, the orangutans don't swim, and they don't get in the water at all. Our youngest Aurora is actually afraid of the turtles, so she likes to steer clear of the water as much as possible. And if you're just tuning in, we are celebrating Takai's 17th birthday here at the Houston Zoo. We have Kelly and Takai out on exhibit. They are enjoying some ice treats. We like to give our animals extra ice treats for extra hydration and to help keep them cool in these hot summer Texas weather. So they're enjoying different ice treats made with different juices. So we used orange juice and apple juice, and we used Kool-Aid and some Crystal Light and even some Jell-O in some of their ice treats that are here out on exhibit today. So orangutans are semi-solitary animals, which means they like to spend a lot of time by themselves. So typically people ask a lot of questions about why they all don't live together, and that's because out in the wild they wouldn't live together either. Usually a mother is raising a young for 8 to 9 years, and then that young would go off on their own to start their own family. So that's part of the reason why they are so critically endangered, is because they only have one young every 8 to 9 years. So the Houston Zoo does directly support conservation efforts where orangutans live. So every time that you visit the Houston Zoo and you buy a ticket, part of your ticket purchase does go directly back into our conservation efforts. Here comes Kelly up front. Let's see if she can get one of those ice treats. Yeah, here comes Kelly. Looks like she got a couple of those bananas. She's going to collect all the bananas, it looks like. Hello, Kelly. So this is Kelly. She's a 42-year-old orangutan, and she lives full-time with Takai right now. So our orangutans here at the Houston Zoo, they get a large variety of different fruits and vegetables every single day. They also eat lettuce and biscuits and a variety of different browse, which is just different plants that they can eat every single day. We like to help enrich their lives by giving them different enrichment every single day. So today they are getting paper product enrichment. So they're getting a lot of different streamers and a lot of different boxes. So inside we actually have a little party set up for Takai as well, where he's got some different stuff set up inside. But a lot of times we like to give them different puzzles. They are very, very intelligent animals. So we like to be very creative with our enrichment that we give them. And we do like to make sure they're super hydrated. So we always have a lot of ice treats to give them. We always have a lot stocked in the freezer. So there are 7 different species of orangutans. We have Bornean orangutans here at the Houston Zoo. Hello, Takai. He's trying to see what she has. She's got some bananas down here, and he's going to come down, it looks like, and go for that big ice treat. Good boy. So that big ice treat has a bunch of different juices in it. There's also some sunflower seeds on top. Your sign is not edible, buddy. So if you're just joining us, we are here celebrating Takai orangutan's 17th birthday today at the Houston Zoo. He's currently got a pizza box in his hand, so he's got a yummy snack inside that pizza box. Yeah, what do you have in there? That pizza box actually has his name on top of it. If you can see that it says Takai. And Miss Kelly is over here dipping her banana in the water before she eats it. Looks like Takai's got some Jell-O on one of his treats over here. Thank you so much for joining us here at the Houston Zoo today to celebrate Takai's birthday. If you have any other questions about orangutans, please feel free to drop them below. Do they like to problem solve? They do. So our orangutans are wonderful problem solvers. They are very, very intelligent animals. So we like to give them all kinds of different enrichment puzzles to do every single day to help them think and to help them get their minds working. So they do like to problem solve, and a lot of the enrichment that we give them, they have to problem solve to learn how to get their certain treat out of a certain enrichment item or an enrichment puzzle. So they are great problem solvers. They are very, very intelligent animals. So we they keep us on our toes, and we do like to give them lots of different enrichment to help keep that intelligence. And if you're just joining us, we are celebrating Takai's 17th birthday here at the Houston Zoo. Out here on exhibit is Kelly and Takai. We're throwing Takai a pizza party to celebrate his 17th birthday. So we have lots of different ice treats and different cakes spread out throughout the exhibit. So Takai is the larger one. So Takai currently weighs 288 pounds, while Kelly is sitting down here enjoying a banana. She weighs 119 pounds. So Takai's got one of his ice treats. So that one was made with yogurt and applesauce, and it looks like pepperonis on top, but those are actually bananas that we used some Kool-Aid powder to dye them red to make them look like pepperonis. So a lot of his favorite foods all in that one area. He loves his bananas and yogurt. How fast can they move? So orangutans, they can move fairly fast, but a lot of times they kind of are slow moving when they move. So a lot of times Kelly, you can see Kelly move right there. So she's a little bit of an older lady. She's 42 years old. So she's a little bit slower moving than Takai is. So she can move more quickly if she needs to, but she usually doesn't need to. So they can be pretty slow moving. Aurora, our youngest, so she's really agile. So she spends a lot more time up high, up in the trees. She likes to hang out on those tall platforms up there so she can people watch. But Kelly, she likes to spend more time at the ground. She spends a lot of time at the window. It's air conditioned also by the window, so she likes to hang out in the AC. Are you going to share that with Takai? Takai is very good at sharing his food with Kelly. Oh, nope, he doesn't want to share. Well, there's lots of treats out there for you to find, Miss Kelly. Lots of different ice treats that we put out on exhibit today. There are streamers throughout the exhibit. They also have a bunch of fun enrichment items waiting inside too. Whenever it gets a little hot, we'll let them come inside later, and then we'll switch and we'll give Cheyenne and Aurora a turn to come outside. As a reminder, these are critically endangered animals, so that means there's not a lot of them left in the wild. So the Houston Zoo does directly support different conservation efforts that live directly where orangutans live in the wild. So please come out to the Houston Zoo and come visit Takai and our orangutans whenever you get the chance. And remember, anytime that you come to the Houston Zoo, you are directly helping us save animals in the wild, because every ticket purchase, part of that money goes directly back to our conservation efforts to save animals in the wild. see a question coming through. Oh, thank you so much for tuning in. Please join us next week for our next Facebook Live. Have a wonderful day.